Welcome to the St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show. We are marked safe from the eclipse.
What?
Nobody got blinded that I know of.
What was that? I can't.
I know. Your husband did a really cool science trick, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Yeah. But we are safe so far. The impending doom that may or may not have been predicted by some conspiracy theorists seems to have passed us by yet again. Yes. However, if the world ends in the next 1 hour, we will let you know.
We'll all go out together.
We'll all go out together. And there's bourbon in the studio, so we'll have a drink together.
We'll go out well.
We'll go out well. All right. Solomon Services, they're the premier place for personal training in St. Augustine. They have a brand new state-of-the-art facility with both indoor and outdoor turf areas. All of their coaches are certified through the National Strength and Conditioning Association, and it's the best place to get in shape. Give them a call. I know that 90 days plus are gone. Tomorrow is day 100. So you've already wasted 100 days if you haven't started getting in shape. But you still have time. You can go do it. Or if you're trying to get in better beach shape, you got time to do that as well because the beach season's coming right around the corner.
No way.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it always beach season for you?
For me it is, but I still wear a wetsuit. So I don't have to worry about the body as much because I look like a giant blob. So anyway.
Lovely.
Call Solomon Services, 904-461-9945. So you don't look like a big blob in your wetsuit either.
All right. To help you look like a big blob in your wetsuit, have dinner with Carmelo's Pizzeria or 123 Burger House. The Tringali family want to have dinner with you, and Carmelo's Pizza was voted best pizza 9 years in a row. They've got New York-style brick oven pizza. They also serve salads if you don't want to look like a blob, subs, wings, and more. The 123 Burger House was voted best burgers 3 years running. They also have chicken, wings, salads, authentic wood-fired pizza, and ice cream for dessert. Both restaurants offer dine-in, takeout, and delivery through Bite Squad and Grubhub. So join the Tringali family and their staff for dinner tonight. Then go work out at Solomon Services. You'll be fine. All right, tax season is coming up. We've got Aber, Kresge and Associates. It's a full-service local CPA firm with a team of skilled professionals dedicated to providing top-level service in the areas of tax compliance and planning for businesses, individuals, estates, and trusts. Audits, reviews, and other accounting services are also on the docket. They do business valuations, forensic analysis, and litigation support. You can reach them at 904-460-0747 or online at aberkresgecpa.com.
All right. And also, Anastasia Diner. Andy's been great over there. He is sponsoring. If we have a nonprofit come on, it's all sponsored by Andy and his crew at the Anastasia Diner. So go over, get some breakfast, get some lunch. They serve breakfast until they close, which is awesome because sometimes I don't get there till later and I haven't had breakfast and I still want breakfast even though it's noontime. So I can get.
Are you a breakfast all day kind of guy?
I am a breakfast whenever I can get it kind of guy. I love diners. I love their diner. The staff is great, and I just really enjoy the food there. But I only do diner food 1 day a week.
Yeah.
So I've gotten older. My metabolism has slowed down.
It's that wetsuit blob thing again.
I know. So I have to be careful when I eat. But if I'm going to break the rule for breakfast, I break it at Anastasia Diner.
Yeah.
So if you see me there, you know I have not had breakfast the other 6 mornings in the week, but I'm there. I'm looking at the Jackie Hurd calendar. There is nothing this week until Friday, until Thursday.
Everyone thought the world was going to end.
I know. It's like it says right here, world might end.
Yes.
No, I wrote that in. That's me. Next week, it seems like a cruel fate. It's Tax Day / World Art Day. No word if whether or not Hunter Biden's art will also be on the sponsored by Hunter Biden's art. Oh, it seems like such a cruel thing.
What do we call that art?
I don't know. Also, we did get a notice today. SurfQuest is this April 13th at 1 p.m. at Mary Street Ramp. We'll be announcing that all week. And Flagler College has their Science Week this week. 2024 Science Week is April the 21st to the 24th.
Get it together, Flagler. Get it on Jackie Hurd's calendar.
I know. Get it on the calendar. There is a science ecological boat tour on the 22nd from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Concourse Marina. Wow. So you could go see the sunset, get out on the ecological boat tour, and get drinks at the marina on the 22nd.
Nice.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's
That sounds like a
good
fun
deal.
day.
And the And Science and Wine event is 4/23, 5 to 7:30 p.m. at the Alumni House, which is in downtown, right on the Flagler College. Beautiful Flagler College campus and the restored Alumni House. I don't know who did the work there.
You've spent a lot of time at Flagler, huh?
I don't know who did that work, but it turned out incredibly well. Thanks to Susie Goddard. All right. Let's see. The other thing that came in the mail to me today was the Northeast Florida relocation guide.
What?
I'm going to leave this for Pete Melfi in the morning. I am tickets for the luau are still available.
Yes.
Leo.
Task Force Hydra 1 luau.
And Leo put the comment in, I got to get the tickets. I 100% have to buy tickets. I need to write a note. Buy tickets.
I asked you last week.
And I told you I'm working on it. I'm still working on it. 4 tickets. Got it. Okay. So this I'm going to leave for Pete with a nice note, right? You couldn't stop this. You're a powerful, influential person in the media.
That's an expensive magazine. So I've priced out the cost of printing a magazine. That ain't cheap, buddy.
No, there's a lot of color. There's a lot of amazing pictures in here on page 33, which I'm going to leave open for Pete.
Oh, man.
St. Augustine is one of the top 20 must-see places in the world. Not Florida, not the United States, not the Northern Hemisphere.
Stop it. Stop telling people.
The world.
Stop.
The world. I think the pyramids are number 21. So I saw this. I read it. I was like, please don't encourage them. They're already relocating here at a record number. But stop.
Stop telling everybody the secret.
Yes. Well, last week, traffic was crazy. It was total. It was spring break part 2. Sunday, we were driving around running some errands, and we're like, where did all the people go?
Yeah.
Because it was like normal. Today was normal traffic. You could drive around, and it was really nice, and I really appreciated it until I saw the 800 different school groups and elder groups walking around with tour guides today.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting at 2:00 in the afternoon coming through the downtown. But they do have some numbers in here. First Coast by the numbers. Median property value. So Baker, Clay, Duval, Nassau, St. Johns County, 6 counties that they have in here. Would you like to know which county has the highest median property value?
Go ahead. Hit me with it.
Well, you want to guess?
Huh?
Which county? Baker, Clay, Duval, Nassau, or St. Johns has the highest property value?
Based on what my house cost when I bought it in 2019.
Yes.
And what it was going for on Zillow in the past 6 months, I want to say St. Johns County.
St. Johns County. So Baker County is at the bottom at 290,000. Clay's 345,000. Duval is only 301. Duval is only just barely above. Nassau County 405. St. Johns County $499,989 is the median. Just can they round it up to 500,000?
Just leave.
They're just trying to make everybody else. Median household income, Duval County is the lowest at 59,000. Then Baker County.
They're right in the middle?
Yep. Duval County is the lowest. They did it by alphabetical here, listing it, but it's Duval, then Baker, then Clay, then Nassau. St. Johns County, $88,794 is the median income. The poverty rate in St. Johns County is 6%. I'm not sure that's accurate. And Duval County, it's 15%.
For most of my adult life, I've been in the poverty level.
Yeah, no word on
sadness.
No word on what Putnam County's numbers are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then employment, obviously Duval County leads. 475,000 people work.
Good gracious.
In Duval County. You can't add the rest of the counties up together. Baker County only has 6,000 employed people.
Yeah.
6,000. But their population is only 27,000, 28,000.
Okay.
Maybe the place to move. I'm just
Baker County.
Baker County, maybe the place to move.
Isn't Baker County like Panama City?
It is. No, Baker is just to the east or west. I'm sorry, west of Duval County.
Okay.
So there's Nassau's to the north, and then Baker's to the west.
Right.
I don't know that it's too far away from the ocean. Way too far. And Duval County's population is 1 million people.
Good gracious.
And we're at 307,000. So those are the numbers. Like I said, a horrible, terrible statistic about this. Come visit one of the top 20 must-see places in the world.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, McClenny.
Mm-hmm.
I hate McClenny. They got me on a speeding ticket once on I-10.
Yeah. All right.
McClenny.
So that's all the announcements except for one. I sent you a picture. Do you have that picture up?
Yes, I do.
So Patrick Connor and his wife have the outdoor904.com, outdoorspace904.com, and they sell all kinds of really cool shirts and clothing that's specifically designed around St. Augustine. Mm-hmm. And the latest shirt to come out, Nancy McCree, who is surfing royalty in St. Augustine.
Really?
Has designed this shirt, signed it. They dropped one off for me. I wasn't going to wear it today because I have to stand up and turn around, but I will be wearing it tomorrow when I go to Solomon Services to work out.
Nice.
But it's really one of those cool things.
It's a lovely shirt.
And they have a lot of really neat stuff on their website. It goes through Etsy, but you guys go check it out. It's a local company, local designs. I'm probably going to go on and grab a couple other shirts as well.
Yeah.
There's one of the fort and the mission cross, which I think is really, really neat as
really
well.
Cool one.
So there's a bunch of them out there, but go support them. Outdoor904.com. No connection with Pete Melfi, just a 904 in the name. They were smart.
Yes.
Sorry, Pete.
Oh, you
Sorry.
know. Pete's smart too.
Pete is smart too. He created this out of nothing.
Yes.
And now not only is it something, but it's the host of the Florida Man Games.
Yeah, of course. The world
which is a rival for the Olympics in years to come.
Well,
I want the Olympians to know Florida Man Games are coming for you.
Yeah.
I don't care how many years. I don't care if you've got thousands of years head start on us. We will get you.
We will.
We will run you down like you're somebody stealing a catalytic converter, and we will get you. Yeah, we're going to leave that for Pete. So
I'm going to drop Outdoor 904 in the comments for you guys.
Yes.
It's a super cool Etsy shop.
It's an awesome place. Also, today your husband did something really amazing.
Yes.
Not just being married to you and the father of your children, but he did something amazing. He did a science experiment at the house.
Well, so we were super lame, and, we had quite a bit going on. And so by the time we thought of getting eclipse glasses for the kids, it was too late and we couldn't. Mm-hmm. Luckily, my community, moms at my community were very kind and generous, and they bought lots and lots of eclipse glasses. So those of us that went to school today got to look at it through the glasses. But 2 of my kids are sick, and so they were home with my husband. And so my husband went on the Google machine and figured out a way that they could see the eclipse without hurting their eyes. And so this is what it looked like for them. If you put a colander out, then the holes in the colander, which would normally just show up round because the sun going through the holes, it shows on a piece of paper the eclipse. Mm-hmm. So that was my husband's way of showing the kids the eclipse safely without hurting their eyes. But I did have a friend that was in the totality. And so this is my high school friend's picture that I will show you all. He sent that to my brother. My brother shared it with us. So he was in the totality, and he's a cool photographer and a great guy. So
I had people in the parking lot that were all looking up with the glasses and everything. I'm like, I'm not going out. First of all, I really like my eyes. I really like them. I almost lost one in a construction accident, and so I'm very grateful to have vision in that eye. And I'm like, somebody's going to send out a picture like that, and I'm going to go, that's really cool. And I didn't have to potentially damage my eyesight.
You didn't have to book an Airbnb.
I didn't have to risk it. I didn't have to travel with millions of people. Yeah. Those pictures will be everywhere tonight, and I'll go, wow, that's really cool. That was awesome.
Yep. Yeah. So, that was my husband's cool way to MacGyver the eclipse viewing for my sick kiddos. 2 out of my 3 taken down with a virus.
So. By the way, welcome back.
Thank you.
How was the funeral?
It was a beautiful funeral. Service was amazing. They did a really good job preparing. It was an open casket for the viewing, and so they did a really good job preparing my grandmother. She looked peaceful and lovely, and 150 people showed up for her, which was pretty amazing. She's 91. She had congestive heart failure and kidney failure, and so it wasn't a surprise. But happened faster than expected once she transitioned to hospice. She got her hospice room on Monday and she passed away Tuesday night. And so, it wasn't unexpected. But she had a wonderful life and she loved the Lord and she loved sharing her faith with people. And there was just a lot of love and familiar faces, a ton of family. They owned businesses throughout their adult life. And so there was a ton of the people that had worked for my grandfather and my grandmother over the years that came to pay their respects. So it was really sweet.
Yes. I'm glad that it went well. I'm glad that it was nice. I'm sorry that you had to go that. And to have that many people show up at 91 is rather remarkable. I've been to some funerals of people that are in their late 80s, early 90s. And for the most part, they have outlived
most of the people that know them.
People that know them. And so it's they're much smaller gatherings. George Greer, right, passed away. Great member of Trinity, phenomenal human being, was 7 years old, living in Pearl Harbor. His dad was in the Navy whenever the Japanese attacked in 1941. And lots of great stories talking to him. But because he was so much older, it was a very small service because he was in his 90s also when he passed away. So it's just kind of you get to live that long and then you go, oh my gosh, I've outlived everyone else.
Well, my grandmother was a force of nature. She was working 5 days a week at her business years after her retirement and into her official retirement. She passed the reins to my aunt, and my aunt was running the business, but she still showed up for work every day, 5 days a week until her mid to late 80s. And so she finally started to take a little bit of a break, I guess, and only went into work like 3 days a week in her late 80s up to 90. And she was still attending church every Sunday. She was still driving up to 90. But congestive heart failure got her, and she had a bad reaction to medication, and that took out her kidneys. And so, there's only so long that they could maintain her function and her blood pressure with medications and dialysis. And she fought for as long as she could, and she was still wanting to fight, but her body just gave up.
Oh, sooner or later, we just we wear it out. So
God said, okay, it's time for you to stop going into work.
Bobby said he had the safest view.
Yeah.
He forgot about it. I didn't forget about it.
You got to see it now.
Yeah, you got to see it.
You're here with Mike Davis Show.
Yes.
You got to see it now.
There was a really funny meme that said that's not a moon. I showed it to you before. It's a picture of the Death Star in front of the sun.
Well, that's a line from the movie.
Yes. It is. Followed by, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, that's not a moon.
Got a really bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
The first of many, 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 many. So any other news from the week? Everybody got sick. Did you get sick at the funeral? Did you get sick coming back from the funeral? Did you get sick from all the people that were here in town? Who do you blame for this sickness?
So we went to dinner Thursday night because it was also one of my cousin's birthdays on Tuesday and then another cousin's birthday on Wednesday. And so we did what my grandmother would want, and we all met at the Mexican restaurant where they would always meet to celebrate birthdays, and we had a birthday party there. And so it was, I want to say like 27 people at the birthday party at the Mexican restaurant. It was a lot of fun. Isabella wasn't feeling great, so she didn't have her dinner. And then she was okay, but she just didn't eat her food. And then Libby woke up the day of the funeral and she wasn't having breakfast. She didn't feel good. We're driving to the funeral and she threw up in the car.
So you gave it to everyone?
No.
Unknown where you guys got it?
No. I'm thinking that Isabella was the originator of the virus. She caught it from somebody. Libby was throwing up for the whole service. So I spent most of the viewing in the bathroom with her, unfortunately. And then she and Gavin helped his sister out at the cemetery, holding her hair back as she puked into a Disney popcorn bucket at the cemetery on a memorial bench underneath the trees, away from everybody, so we didn't start a chain reaction. And then she was feeling better by the time we got home. we left after the hangout afterwards. And so we're like, okay, we're past it. And then Gavin woke up Sunday morning, not okay. So
you jinxed yourself, by the way.
His price for helping his sister out was
He got it.
He got it. And then we thought she was totally over it, but then she threw up overnight again. So Louie's been dealing with vomiting children all day, and I've been teaching kids today.
And you feel fine.
I'm fine.
For the record, if there's an outbreak of the stomach virus later this week, it will have been my fault for catching it.
Yeah.
That's how that's going to work. It will have been my fault for catching it.
So,
Davey, stay away tomorrow.
I'll sit very far away.
Sit very, very far away.
This is the price of my kids willy-nilly sharing cups.
Yeah.
We've been very blessed, though. I mean, we've been parenting for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we have had very, very few stomach bugs go through our children. So it happened to make a traumatic day more traumatic, and that's unfortunate. But yeah.
When you're parenting and your kids are all kind of in that age, you never know what you're going to deal with. Oh, yeah. Right? You just know that it's going to be more than what you think it's going to be, and it doesn't matter when or what it is, whether it's a wedding, a funeral, a general get-together. There's going to be...
something's going down.
Yes, there's something's going down. There's going to be something going down, and you're going to go, okay, I just have to deal with this because I have kids.
Yeah.
And I'll adopt. And people that are out of the kid raising, like me, I just kind of look at people like you and Louie and just go, I'm praying for you.
There, by the grace of God,
I'm just praying because I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah.
I survived the wars and the battles.
Yeah.
I'm scarred. I'm beaten. I'm traumatized, but I'm here.
Yep.
So, yes. Yeah.
Gracious. Yeah. So it was, like I said, it made a traumatizing event more traumatizing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, but that's life. I mean,
I have anything else about the traumatizing and the kids?
No.
Okay.
We got home safe. It was safe travels. So we're good.
All right. 2 stories.
All right.
One from the genius of Micro,
Okay.
and the other is from Colorado State.
Oh, let's get high.
Let's get high. Well, it's funny you mentioned let's get high.
How did I know?
It's Colorado State University, which does the hurricane forecast. If you've been around, back in 1995, Colorado State came out of nowhere and actually predicted the exact number of hurricanes that were going to happen and said it was going to be a busier year. And ever since then, they have been the renowned voice of
Renowned.
So I was on their site today looking at their stats for 2024. It ain't good.
Did you get the munchies?
It ain't good. No, I did not get the munchies. I did not.
Okay.
But one of the questions is, why do you study hurricanes in Colorado? And Bill Gray, who was the meteorologist who started all this stuff out of Colorado State, said, because the storm surge can't get you at 5,000 feet. So it seems like he was high.
Cowards.
He's really high
Yes.
at 5,000 feet. But anyway, so they came out with their study. So in an average year, and they go average only back to 1991. So they don't take us deeper than that. So I think the numbers are, in my mind, they started counting hurricanes differently in the 1990s. Everything that they had a swirl to it, even if it never went near land, was a hurricane or a storm, right? So the fact that they're going off of those numbers.
Yeah.
In an average year, it's 14.4 storms. They are predicting 23 named storms this year.
So we're definitely getting Hurricane Kirk then.
Is Hurricane Kirk one of the names? You got to look up the other names for me. We got to see what the other names are.
Yeah.
Average named storm days is 69. Should have saved that for Thursday. 69. I should have saved it. The forecast this year is 115. Named storms usually, or named hurricanes, 7.2. This year they're saying 11. Major hurricanes, 3 on average. And this year they're going to say we have 5. So it is a very interesting. They're saying that the El Nino, which drives a lot of this, which causes favorable winds from east to west, will begin to develop late summer, early fall, right at the height of the season. Last year we had an El Nino. La Nina. I took Spanish several years, and I still can't speak it. La Nina that was coming along and saying, okay, we're good. We're going to actually have to Thursday bring these names up.
Okay.
And we're going to have to pick the storm that we think is going to be the worst.
All right.
We're going to break out the book of bets and go, which name do you think is going to be the worst?
So should we show them?
Yeah.
All right. So we've got Alberto Burl, which is aquamarine.
Yes.
Burl. Chris, Debbie, Ernesto, Francine, Gordon, Helene, Isaac, Joyce, Kirk, Leslie, Milton, Hurricane Milton.
Milton's it.
Nadine.
I'm already got Milton's going to be the bad one.
Oscar, which I can only think of that Sylvester Stallone movie with that. Patty, Raphael, Sarah. Wasn't it Sarah, Jesse, Raphael, and then in the 80s?
Yes.
We did it out of order. We need Jesse. Come on, Joyce, Tony, Valerie, and William.
Yeah.
We need James, Tiberius, and Kirk all in the same year.
James, Tiberius, and Kirk would have been great, along with Spock for the S.
Yeah.
And M would have been McCoy.
Yeah.
We could have had the
been good.
whole Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Oscar scares me a little bit too.
Yeah.
Oscar just scares me somewhat.
Milton.
Milton
on,
and Oscar are the
Milton.
ones right now that I have a bad feeling about.
Yeah. It's just funny to me.
Yeah.
Well, we've got William for William Shatner, and we've got Kirk, his most famous character.
Okay. So you're going to
It's
trek
very
this
Star
moment,
Trek.
right? You're going to trek this moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see any other names on there that involve.
That scare you?
No. No, I don't. Valerie maybe.
How do
a
they
little.
come up with these names? Is it just random name generator?
No. I don't know. They try to mix them up. You know, at one time they were all
They were
they're
all girls.
female names.
Yeah, they used to be all girls.
And the very first male storm. Do you know hurricane? Do you know what it was?
Was it Andrew?
It was David.
David.
Hurricane David.
Come on, Davey.
1979. It brushed along the Florida coast. But before that, as the first named male storm, it cut a swath through the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, David.
Come on,
Can't take
Davey.
David anywhere.
What the heck?
Davy. Way to go, Davy.
Decimating the Virgin.
That's it,
Islands.
Davy. I swear. We'll talk about this tomorrow on the Tuesday show when Davy is here to defend himself for the named hurricane that went through the Virgin Islands.
So Bobby says that they can't have James and Kirk because they alternate male and female names. That is very controversial comment these days.
Yeah, Bobby. Way to get us in trouble. We're probably banned for life.
But also, if we're doing that, Burl is a girl's name. I was definitely thinking Burl was a boy's name. It's Alberto Burl Chris.
I'm confused by all of them. I'm just going with their names. They're just names. There's several on here that it went growing up as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Leslie. I've known men and women that are named Leslie, right? Tony, that's another one. Usually it's spelled with an I.
For girls, girls would be.
Patty. Patrick, it's short for Pat. It's also Patricia. So
Usually when it's male, it's spelled with a D, though.
Yeah, okay. So there's a few in there that you go, Chris.
Yeah, goes back and forth. Yep. So,
there's a few.
There's some gender neutral names, so that busts the alternating male
maybe
and female.
that fit a count too that they wanted to have.
Maybe.
Here we go. I don't know. I don't know.
We've got some non-binary hurricanes.
Thanks, Bobby. Thanks for bringing that up. My ex name is not on the list. We should be good this year. Andy, I don't know about that.
The worst storm that we had in the past couple of years. Hey, sound off, dude.
Well, it was
my brother's name. It wasn't that bad. It was the closest one that happened.
I should have answered
in the past
that. That
couple
was
of years.
somebody selling something.
It was Ian.
Ian, yes.
Yeah, we just had Ian a couple of years ago, and that was my brother.
Ian flooded my carport. Thank you, Ian.
My thing is...
Followed by Nicole.
Amanda is at the beginning of the season, and the A names are almost never bad. I mean, Hurricane Andrew was bad, but...
I was getting ready to say, have you met Hurricane Andrew?
Well, Hurricane Andrew wasn't bad for my part of the state, so I don't think of it as a bad storm. I have to remember it.
What year was it? Was it 92?
It was in the 90s, yeah. No, was it 94?
I thought it was pre-1995. And there
That
wasn't very
94
many
would
named
count.
storms that year. Andrew was a year that
Jane.
wasn't bad, but I thought that one was closer to like 92 or 93. Maybe
92.
When you're this old,
You nailed it.
occasionally you get some things right.
Yeah.
Occasionally. Not always.
Hurricane
Not
Ian
often, but
was,
occasionally.
Ian was 22,
Yes.
so not too long ago. Sandy was the one that flooded ground zero. Katrina. I was supposed to go to New Orleans the week after Katrina hit.
Yep.
That obviously did not work out. We ended up going to Savannah. Well, I guess it was 3 weeks. 3 weeks after, I think, was our trip to New Orleans. So
I had a cousin, Tim, who occasionally comments on here, who was in the Army at the time and was sent down, or the National Guard. He said it was so bad down there, they had no idea. No, with Andrew. They had no idea where what street they were patrolling.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It was just level.
They were sent to a street.
There were no
and they couldn't
street
find
signs.
it. Yeah.
And so the city has taken to painting the names of the streets. If you go by and look,
On the
it's
actual
on the
streets.
street. But it's like, who's clearing the sand off of that to get that? I mean, me personally, I'm just going to use the Blevins boathouse as a reference point for downtown. If I can find the Blevins boathouse, then I'll be able to find everything else from there.
All right.
The Blevins boathouse.
You need your landmarks.
You need a landmark. You got to have the Blevins boathouse.
And so Andrew, in the comments, Tim said that it changed building codes forever.
Yes.
And it certainly did. It also populated the Everglades with all sorts of invasive species.
Because
So many pet shops with invasive species, with foreign species of snakes. They suspect that that's one of the reasons why there's such an infestation of non-native snakes.
I'm going to go with the other reason. So
People
when you
releasing them?
No. So when you have hurricanes and different events like this, snowstorms, you usually have an increase in births the next year because they didn't have anything else to do. I think the animals were just like the human beings. So like, well,
they had to get
we're
there
hunkered
somehow.
down for a couple of days. Let's just go ahead and make some more of us.
I don't know if I'm outside in a hurricane. My first thought is, hey, let's bang.
Apparently the
There's
animals
enough banging going on.
thought differently than you.
Well, they have to be there in order to do that.
Apparently they thought differently than you.
Some of the sea lions that I worked with on my internship were in New Orleans for Katrina.
Yep.
And they survived. They refused to gate, so they refused to go into their crates so that they could be evacuated. And so they had to be left, and a lady found them on her front porch, asleep on her porch swing.
No thanks.
Yep.
No thanks.
So they got them back.
No. They can have them all back.
Yep.
So also Mike Rowe.
Mike
Rowe was on TV this week, basically sounding an alarm that some of these Gen Z kids are realizing that college might not be the right way to get a great job.
Yeah.
And that working in the trades is a little easier in the sense that you don't have to do 4 years of college.
Yeah,
so
it's easier to
junior
get into,
college
for sure.
is less than $5,000 a year, according to this story. And I would think that's true because most of the time people that go to junior college live at home. So you don't have the food expense. You do if you're the parent, the food and the housing and all the other stuff. But 4-year colleges that are state colleges, about $11,000 a year. Based on my experience at Florida State, that's not too far off, right? We had 2 kids go through there. It's not I can't argue with it.
Yeah.
The 4-year private college, $41,000 a year, which is insane. Because
It's more than double when I went to private college.
You're easily going to be $200,000 when you're done.
That's crazy.
I went to Florida Southern in the mid '80s, $21,000 probably for 4 years. Which I thought, my dad was having a heart attack at the time, but I go back and look at it. I got out. I had a job making $16,000 a year, and I thought, okay, I'm doing pretty darn good. We had one guy who got offered a job like at $28,000 a year, and we're like, oh my God, this guy is like, he's hit the jackpot. And then we found out he had to work in New York City. And we're like, oh my God, he's destitute and poor. There's no way he can afford that on that salary. So, yeah.
It's wild.
So Mike Rowe basically says, hey, people are starting to kind of get this. They're starting to figure this out. Four-year colleges are going to continue to struggle if you're putting out people with degrees that they can't get a job because employers don't want to hire them, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to hire people with art degrees. There's only so many places you can go with an art degree.
Yeah.
One of those is be the son of the president.
I don't think he has an art degree.
I'm pretty sure he
It's
probably.
just natural talent.
I think it's an honorary art degree. It was inspired by something. You figure it out, people.
Parmesan.
You figure out what that Parmesan will do to you when you eat
And
anything.
drywall.
Yes. So
Allegedly.
I think Mike's got some very, very good points.
Yeah.
And he talks about vocational and community college, right? Only enroll 4% more students than they did in 2019.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of people who are retiring in the trades. We see that in the construction industry across the board. You have very few young people that are going into that. So supply and demand, when I was growing up, there were plenty of people to fill the trade roles.
Yeah.
Not so much coming out of college. And that has completely flipped itself upside down. Not only the cost of it, but the people going into it, right? So now you have a lot of people that go to college that are graduating with degrees that they're not using. And you have a lot of people that are not going into the trades with work that we all need to be done.
Yeah.
Electricians, plumbers, carpenters, all those are very, very important in your daily life. AC technicians in the state of Florida are a must.
Yes.
But you don't see a lot of people going to do that. So eventually you're going to have to pay them more money.
Also, appliance repair people. I mean,
You don't fix that stuff. You throw it away and buy a new one.
no one wants to do that, especially not in this economy. But
Phenomenal appliance repair guy.
yeah.
And he's out of Nassau County. He's absolutely the best. But he would show me all the little tricks. And sometimes it'd be something really silly and ridiculous. I'll give you guys this one for free. This is a freebie. Right. So on the washing machine and the dryer, before they were all electronic, you had knobs.
Yes.
The inside of the knob that fit on the peg that came out of the face of the appliance, they kept making them cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And so you had one button that was always really hard to turn, right?
Yeah.
Whether that was a setting for the timing or what. So ours broke. So he comes over and he's fixing something else. And he said, oh yeah. He said, well, this is really easy. Do you ever use this alarm one? It's always on off. He said, no, I don't use that one. Pulled that knob off, put the broken one over there. He said, now the broken one's here. And then he put that there. So you got one more that you can change before you have to go buy 4 knobs. And I was like, genius, just genius. I was like, this
Real
guy
man,
is a genius. This is perfect. And then little magnets, like there's little magnets inside, there was a magnet inside the dryer door. And if it didn't contact the magnet, well, occasionally the little magnet would drop and fall out of there.
Yeah.
So you had to find the magnet. If you could find the magnet and you could put it back in the right place, you were home free.
Yeah. But if you couldn't,
You're in trouble.
you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Well, we've had, little things happen, and I've been like, oh man, we need to call a repairman. And then my husband will Google it and YouTube it. And so he's been able to repair some of our appliances.
YouTube is phenomenal. I fixed my backup camera last week.
Yeah.
It took me a few minutes. I watched 3 YouTube videos, tossed one because it wasn't relevant. The other 2, I think one of the guys helped the other guy do it the first time. And he is like, I got this from this guy. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it worked.
Yeah.
A backup camera is phenomenal and I'm having no issues with it. So
Nice.
yes.
My husband's backup camera has gone down. It went upside down first. So the camera was upside down. The view was, and now it's gone.
It can be fixed.
I hope so.
It can be. YouTube will tell you how to do it.
All right.
If he needs tools, I have tools. We're not going to start with anything that will destroy the car.
Yeah.
Fix it. Yes. What is it, a car or a van?
It's a Ford Flex.
Okay. So is it a hatchback?
It has
Like
a hatch.
the hatch. Okay. Yeah, there's a way to get in there and fix that.
All right.
I'm telling you, it's online. It's not going to be as easy as a truck. Truck's a piece of cake to get into.
Yeah.
You need a T30 bit and screwdriver, and you're good to go.
I need someone to paint my car more than appliance. My husband can fix most appliances, but we can't paint the car.
You need someone. Well,
my Honda was in the year that the paint got recalled, and they sold us the van at the Honda dealership a month before the world shut down for COVID, and it was also a month before the recall expired, and they did not tell us that our van was under a recall for the paint job, and it's peeling off in sheets. But the recall's expired.
I know a place.
All right.
I know a place. I'll let you know afterwards.
All right.
I know a place.
I know a guy.
There's also a guy that in high school painted his with a roller.
Yeah.
Painted his car with a roller, painted it silver. It looked like a rolling trash can.
I bet so.
It really did. I had a friend who would ride with him from the neighborhood on the island.
Yeah.
And when he got closer to school, he would always be tying his shoes. And then he would open the door and kind of slink out of the car, walk really low for 4 cars, and then pop up because he did not want people to know that he was in that car.
He was in the trash
He
can?
did not want him to know he was in the trash can car.
Was it Oscar the Grouch that lived in
No,
the
it wasn't
trash
Oscar
can?
the Grouch. He just didn't want him to know. Also, this weekend, I did find a really cool, those of you that are looking for something to watch.
Oh, yeah?
Tom Selleck, one of my favorite actors, was in Jesse Stone is a series.
Okay.
It's based on Robert Parker's books. He is a police officer who lost his job in L.A., went all the way across the country to Massachusetts in a small town north of Boston that's fictional.
Is it Blue Bloods?
No.
No?
No, it's before he went to New York and did Blue Bloods.
Oh, okay.
It was in the, before Blue Bloods really kind of got going and kicking, but there's about 7 or 8 of the movies. They're about an hour and a half long. Really like the characters. I love Tom Selleck. And so there's some good stories in there. Yes. Yep. Andy, I will meet you for breakfast and fix the backup camera. I got you. You got a Dodge.
Oh, Bobby
I
gives
fixed
me an
the Dodge.
idea.
Yeah. What's that?
Maybe I should contact Hunter Biden to paint my van.
Ooh, Bobby, you're onto something. Bobby's onto something. Yeah, and I can definitely fix the backup camera.
He's got you, Andy.
I got you. 100% got you. But the Jesse Stone, there's a whole series of them. Lots of different actors are in and out of that. You're looking at people in there and you go, oh my gosh. So there's this little young girl who's in one of the shows. She's like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And I looked at Darcy, I said, she was in Fool's Gold with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah?
And he's like, how do you know? I said, that's Gemma. That's the rich girl's daughter. And she said, there's no way. And I look it up and yes, it was.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway,
Louis.
I love all these old ones because you find people that like became famous.
Yeah.
And you're like, I know that person that became famous. And you look at them, no, they didn't become famous. So.
Well, it's fun to rewatch the shows and the movies from your childhood and recognize people that you didn't recognize as a kid.
Yeah.
Who's now like super famous.
Super famous.
That's fun.
All right. So it is Monday. We have some 5 questions.
Yes.
We have a few questions. We have a few questions that aren't.
We're winging it.
We're winging it.
We're
So
winging it.
based on your experience last week,
Well, we didn't prepare because we thought the eclipse was going to end the world.
I know. I honestly did. I thought Thursday was my last show.
Someone convinced my daughter of that. She was really stressed.
I always look at it, it's going to happen on a day when nobody predicts it. So as long as somebody's predicting doom and gloom on that day, I'm like, okay, we're safe.
Yes.
But as soon as someone says, today is not the day, the Jackie Hurd says, day of global safety, pending doom and apocalypse will not happen here. I'm saying it going, that's the day.
That's the end.
Yes.
The end of times.
Yes. The Flex may wind up looking like a hippie van from the 60s.
So my husband likes it because it has the similar kind of body style as like an old Woody. And so he liked the Flex.
I'm so glad Davey's not here today. Just so glad Davey is not here today. I'm just so glad Davey's not here. No need to repeat the line. I'm just glad Davey's not here.
Hi, Davey.
Yay, Davey. All right. First question, because you brought it up. Open or closed casket at your funeral?
You know, I kind
Because
of...
there's a lot of people that have strong feelings about open and closed
they do.
caskets.
I'm kind of more of a let's just cremate me and have me in a pretty vase.
I always thought the Vikings had it best.
And like an urn. Yeah, if we could do that, then that would be awesome.
I don't know how many laws we would violate if we used a small rowboat and lit it on fire and floated it out in the middle of the...
My dad would absolutely do a Viking funeral if we could. Yeah.
American Indians weren't bad either. Native Americans, right? Because you had it was up on a
like a treehouse.
Yeah, it's like a treehouse.
Big platform.
Again, all of those I do not think are allowed to be done anymore.
I think you can do the Viking funeral in Colorado. Shocker, you can light him if you got him in Colorado.
Well, but where do you? I guess you do it on a lake. You got to find a lake or a reservoir.
Well, I think you can do it like on a pyre. You can get an exemption and you can do it like not floating, but
yeah.
That would be a terrible way to start a wildfire.
My family would buy the aluminum boat. Wait, it's not going to burn.
Which, what about tree urns? Have you seen those?
I don't want to be in a tree.
Rather than a casket, you can get buried with a root ball of a tree.
No.
I think that's how you get haunted forests.
I do not. No, I do not want to be part of the enchanted forest for the rest of my life. Yes. Thank you. No, I'll pass on that. No, I've had people that are very strong. Yes, I want an open casket. No, I do not want an open casket. So,
well, it's. Do I want that to be the last visual people have of me? Probably not. I mean, there's just no.
Well, my problem, I have this problem, right? I don't have any really good looking pictures of me. So there's nothing to put up there in a collage, right? That says, hey, here's when he was better looking. So I might be the best I've ever looked that day.
Yeah?
Yeah, just saying.
All right, so you're open casket?
No, I'm just saying that might be the best I was going to look.
Let me know.
That might have been.
Sure it happens.
God, he was 99 and he finally looked good on the last day. He finally looked good. He finally got to an age where like, well, for that age, you look good.
Nice.
Right? I mean, I'm just saying.
Nice.
For that age, you look good.
All right.
Troy Blevins has kind of already reached that with the beard.
Rude. He's growing it back.
For that age, you look good.
I mean, if you can grow a beard.
Yes.
And as long as your woman's okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess Rebecca's okay with it.
So celestial events. We had the eclipse.
Something happened today,
We had
right?
the eclipse today.
Yeah.
Is there some celestial event that you're like, man, I really want to see that? Would you like to go see an eclipse in totality? Is there some other event? I did look up because Halley's Comet doesn't come back around until 2061.
Yeah.
Which I'll be 95.
Yeah.
Somebody will have to tell me their name and then what that is in the sky.
Yeah.
If you can even see the sky at that point in time.
Here's hoping.
I know. Here's hoping.
I would like to see Aurora Borealis in Iceland, one of the glass igloos in Iceland.
Okay.
I would like to see that.
There's not a lot of like stargazing is like okay to me. Mm-hmm. It's like something I don't mind looking up and going, it's okay. Yeah. But it's not something I'm going to run around the world for. It just, now waves I will run all over the world for, but
for
stargazing.
Aurora Borealis you won't?
No, not really. It just doesn't, lame. Today I watch people looking, I'm like, I'm just going to wait till the pictures come out, right? I'm just going to wait until the pictures come out and then I'm going to be good. So, but sunsets I love. Yeah. Sunrises are a close second, but sunsets I love. I'll sit and watch a sunset all the time.
I would do the sunrise every day if it wasn't so early.
Well, when your kids all leave the house and you can sleep in, you won't. You'll be up early.
All right.
You'll be up early. Hey, by the way, Bobby, we are sorry that both NC State teams lost.
Oh, did they?
Very sorry about that, Bobby.
Ask.
Yes, we're getting condolences with Bobby that both NC State teams lost.
So sorry.
I was pulling for both of them to a certain degree, but only because of you, Bobby.
Nice.
And then we do want to, so the game tonight, question number 3. Who's winning the game tonight?
Who's playing the game tonight?
I knew that was coming next.
I think the Chicago Bulls are going to take it.
You never bet on the Michael Jordan-less Chicago Bulls is a bad bet.
Never mind.
So tonight you have Purdue, who is playing in their first national championship game.
Okay.
Trying to set a school record for winning a national championship game in basketball. Playing against UConn, which is in their second in a row. They are the defending champion. And they are trying to tie the record with Florida. Florida was the last time, 2005 and 6, 6 and 7. The Gators won back-to-back national championships. One of the least heralded, regarded teams. To me, it was just a great team to watch play basketball for 2 years. And I'm a Seminole, and I enjoyed watching them play. So UConn is trying to tie that record and become the latest to repeat.
Okay.
So that's kind of your background. It's the Purdue Boilermakers, who are black and gold.
Okay.
against UConn, which is like a red, white, and blue. So who are you picking?
I'm going Purdue.
Purdue. I gave you all the colors. I gave you the nuances. I gave you the nicknames. You're going with Purdue.
I'm going underdogs.
You're going the underdogs.
Yep.
I would love to watch this game, but it doesn't start till 9:20, which is a full 20 minutes after my bedtime tonight.
Which means he'll text me at 5 a.m. with who won.
I'm going to, no, at 5 a.m. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to turn it on. I'll probably watch a little bit of the game at 5:30 in the morning when I wake up, which is a normal time to watch a basketball game. Not in the middle of the night, early in the morning.
For some of us, 5 a.m. is the middle of the night.
Yeah, don't text me. If you're a huge fan, don't text me.
All right.
Yes.
Miss Betty is sad because her Iowa female team lost.
Iowa just ran out of gas.
Yeah.
South Carolina brought a lot more energy the last 3 quarters of that game. They played some really good defense. They had some girls hit some threes.
But I thought the best athlete that's ever played basketball was on Iowa. Is that
She's the best shooter.
Okay.
She's the best shooter. I think there are other female basketball players who might be better athletes than her.
Okay.
But she's the best shooter and the best scorer. So it'll be kind of fun to watch that. All right, so those are my 3 questions so far. What do you have on 4 and 5? Do you have anything out there that constitutes a question today?
Rude.
Well, I just was asking. You said you had some stuff.
Yeah, I got stuff.
Okay.
All right. If you could be any supernatural creature, what would you be and why?
When you say supernatural, give me some examples of what you mean by
not real.
Not real.
Tangible earthly beings.
So there's a couple out there.
So any fantasy creature, I would say.
So there's a couple, right? So like dragons.
Or supernatural, I guess it could be like spiritual creatures.
Well, dragons are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty cool. There's a lot of people hunting. There's a lot of people afraid of them. So dragons would not be bad. The other one that you say supernatural creature, it's like if you could be a shapeshifter, then you could be a dragon and all kinds of other things as well.
It's kind of
like you could be all the things, unless you're part of the Wonder Twins. You don't even know who the Wonder Twins are. They had the Justice League of America when we were kids. It was it was DC, as Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, a couple others.
And the Wonder Twins.
And the Wonder Twins got thrown in one year with a monkey as a pet. One of them could take the shape of water. The other could take the shape of an animal. So literally the monkey had to carry a bucket around so the water person could become, it was like the craziest. It's like
that
whoever
is the
thought,
least wonderful superpower
oh my
ever.
gosh, we're the worst superheroes ever. So I do not want to be them, but I would love to be able to.
I have heard Wonder Twins powers activate.
Yes, that is where that comes from. They were the lamest superheroes on Saturday.
I think I've heard that because they were so lame it became a joke, right?
Tarzan with 0 superpowers was a better watch on Saturday morning.
I bet. Well, who wants to watch a monkey carry around a bucket of water?
Nobody.
And I like animals.
No.
I still don't want to watch it.
No, it was unwatchable, which is why they didn't last very long. So that would be mine. What about you?
I would probably be a mermaid.
Yeah, I could see that. You already kind of spent part of your life trying to be a mermaid and then realized mermaids don't make bank.
Mermaids are broke.
Yes.
That's why they ain't got no clothes. So I gave up the mermaid life. But yeah, I tried.
I don't know that. You have another question?
Sure, I can.
All
I've
right.
got a list of hundreds of them.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You're cheating. You've got prearranged questions. I'm not smart enough to look that up. I got to make them up.
If you could be guaranteed one thing in life besides money, what would it be?
Oh, I would want this before money.
Okay.
I would want happiness.
Yeah.
I would want happiness and peace of mind.
Yeah.
It just money is.
I think they were going material.
I understand that, but I've never been. I mean, money is a way you track things, and it's nice to have money, and life's easier, and you can do things and help more people if you have it. But man, if that's all you're after.
Yeah, you're going to be sad.
You're going to be sad because
it's never going to be enough.
You're never going to have enough. Ever.
If we're talking about material thing, I would say a trip around the world.
Yeah. With all your family or just you and Louie? With or without kids? They're not watching.
With anyone that wants to come with me that I love.
Ah, you want the entire cruise ship filled with loved ones.
That would be fantastic.
That would be awesome.
Yes, experience the world with everybody. I would need to, I want to step on Antarctica.
It's too cold. I don't care.
I want to step on Antarctica and see a leopard seal.
No.
I want to.
Oh, Andy's on drugs today.
Governmental functionality.
Yes.
Here's your unicorn. It's more realistic.
Andy, never in the whole human history of ever have we had that. In any one of the well-meaning and the really dictatorial ones, have we ever had governmental functionality.
Yeah.
The government survives in spite of itself because people like Andy get up and go to work every day.
Well, being efficient doesn't necessarily mean good. I mean, what do they say about those Germans in the 1940s? They were very efficient. They kept excellent records.
We don't want to mention
They built
them.
the Audubon. But
Bad.
that doesn't necessarily mean it was fun to be in their way.
No, they were bad.
So,
Very, very bad.
All right, I got one more.
Okay, go ahead. Fire away.
Would you rather be an Olympic gold medalist or an astronaut?
I'm struggling with this because as a kid, I would be like, yeah, astronaut would be cool. But
Yes.
I grew up watching the Star Trek series and Star Wars when I was a kid, and you could go really far away.
Yeah.
You had the warp stuff, you had hyperspace, you had all these really cool things, right? That's not space where we're at, right? You're going
You think
up.
space is going to be underwhelming?
No. You go up, and it's just you're there by yourself in a small ship. You're not going to some planet meeting hot chicks like Captain Kirk did. And then you're coming back down, which is a crash, which is a controlled crash landing. It's not like you're beaming up and
Unless
down.
you bang a green alien,
no.
you don't want to go to space.
No, not at all. It's just, I think that space where we're at currently as humans is an underwhelming event. It's awesome, but it's not like the fantasy part of space. So I'm like, okay, I can do it that way. Now, so Olympian, I was originally thinking like, well, what Olympian would I want to be? But now that they have come to their senses and made surfing an Olympic sport, I could be a world champion, gold medalist, surfing guy. That's it. I would do that all day because you're going to surf some of the most amazing waves in the Olympics, especially this year because it's going to be at Chopu, which is
Chopu?
Yes, it is one of the heaviest, gnarliest left-hand barrel waves, and it's you just drop into this pit of a wave, and it's a barrel all the way down over a very shallow reef if you miss.
Yowzer.
Yes. So if
Very
I could
high
be
stakes.
yes. Yep. So I've figured space today, underwhelming. Olympic champion as a surfer.
Why am I not
overwhelming.
surprised? You wouldn't even go to your own parking lot to look at the eclipse. I'm going to be an astronaut. I like to explore.
Look, if aliens came down and said, hey, we want to take you back to our home world, first question I have is, how long does it take? Is it like instantaneous?
Are there waves there?
And I can be back? Or is this going to take the entirety of the rest of my life, which I'm on the back nine of my life right now? So why would I just sit in a ship, watch the stars go by?
Yeah.
That's incredibly boring. Even with green women, that's incredibly boring. I threw that in just to make you laugh.
All right. The curmudgeon of space has spoken.
No, I want it to be exciting. I don't want to go and be bored out of my mind.
All right.
That would be horrible.
I've never heard an astronaut give their account of looking out the windows or doing a spacewalk or floating through space, looking at Earth and saying it's boring.
Andy's right. Will I be home by 9 p.m.? Yes. I got to get my rest. I got stuff to do tomorrow.
I reckon you can take a nap.
I couldn't be confined in a ship for that long. I would lose my ever-loving mind. It'd be like, oh, yeah, you're going to be in the ship for 5 years. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm going to die of some mental... No, I'm not.
I'm going to bang my head against the bulkhead until I meet Jesus.
If I can't get outside and see sunshine and fresh air, no. With your luck, Mike, it would be a desert planet. Bobby, you're 100% correct. 100% correct.
Cursed.
Yes.
You are cursed, sir.
Yes.
So you're not traveling for the Northern Lights. You're not going to space.
Now, in my luck, they would be a mistranslation, and the aliens would say there's lots of waves, right, or no waves, and it would be translated lots of waves, and I get there, and then there's no waves, so Bobby's right. It's exactly how that would go for me. And have all my boards loaded up. I'm ready to go. I'm training for like 5 years in the ship.
Sitting there as a blob in his wetsuit.
Oh, this is going to be so good. And then I get there, and it's a desert planet.
It's lots of waves of sand dunes.
I know. Bobby's 100% right.
Oy, oy, oy.
I know. All right.
Gracious.
Anything else?
I'm good.
All right. The morning show's on in the morning. They're absolutely amazing, wonderful.
It's a good time for a morning show to be on.
Me, you, and that crazy kid Davey will be
Yay.
here. Probably do a little bit of relationship advice,
Yay.
which I've learned to ask a lot of questions about the questions that we get.
Pay attention to the ages.
Pay attention to the ages and when they met, because
Talk
it's
about
a
your
little.
fine print.
Yes. All right, this is the Mike Davis Show with producer Amanda, because
Hey,
it
I'm
says so
here.
right there. We'll be back tomorrow.
Bye.